All right, moving on to the next 1 o'clock game here. We have Philadelphia Eagles going to Tampa versus the Buccaneers. This is a fun match here. They're both 3-0 teams, both fun teams for me. This could easily be one of those NFC matchups you see in the playoffs. This could be a preview of what we're going to be looking at in the middle of January, and I'm loving it. Unfortunately, there are injuries on both sides of this ball for both teams, and that's the only downside to it. But overall, though, I still think it should be a fun match regardless. Going to have here Mayfield versus Jalen Hurts, and I think Mayfield right now is playing phenomenal. I mean, he is showing pure leadership in and out of this game, whether it be with his legs, with his hand, not with his hands, with throwing the ball. He looks great no matter how you put him. He's got good pocket presence. He knows when he's got to scramble. He knows he's got to throw it away. He tries to take not to take the sacks. He does great under pressure. Every game so far has come down to the wire for them. All 3 have come down to the wire, and they won them all. And it's insane. He's able to pull out these drives, and it's great to see. It looks like Mr. Clutch right now. He doesn't have his wide receivers. Obviously, Mike Evans is injured. He's still listed as doubtful. And then he doesn't have Godwin as well. Godwin is also out. He's also listed as questionable. We don't know, but there's a possibility. Actually, I just now actually seeing a report that it is possible he returns this week, Godwin. But we'll see. But overall, though, regardless, it's going to be Mbuka versus the world. It's going to be Baker Mayfield, Bucky Irving, and Mbuka versus the world. And I think they do have a good chance here of dethroning Philadelphia, being away, especially if they could contain the rushing game, as long as they manage to somehow not let Jalen Hurts go do what he did last week and go off with the pass game in the second half out of nowhere. If they could manage to keep that in check, I think that the Buccaneers would have a good game, but I am going to take Philadelphia in this one. I do like the Bucs. I think they're a great team. I love them this year. Honestly, they look fun. They're an exciting team every time they're on. I look forward to watching that game that they're playing. They've been, no matter how you look at it, offense, defensively, just great all around. But I am going to take the Eagles in this one. I'm going to put it at a close game. Even with the injuries, I'm going to put it at a close game because I think I would have given the Buccaneers probably the edge if they were fully healthy. So I'm going to put this one at a close game with the injuries. I'm going to put this one at 28-24. In favor of the Eagles. I just think that right now they don't have the injuries, and I think last week we saw exactly what Jalen Hurts could do if you make him pass the ball and can't make him pass the ball, then he's going to run it all down you. You're getting messed up one way or the other. You're either going to take that ground and pound, or you're getting aired out. And I don't know a lot of teams right now that I could safely put over the Eagles. So I'm going to take the Eagles in this one, 28-24 in an exciting match.
Yeah, I'm taking the Buccaneers, 27-26, 1-point game. Eagles ain't blocking no field goal this week. I can't go against Mayfield, man. Already 2 weeks in a row, comes down to the end of the game, and he clutches it up. Consistency, that's what he brings, and he brings that energy, man. He's got that energy. He gets the team going, and they know they can rely on him late in the game to come back and win them a game. And he does a great job of utilizing his legs, getting out of that pocket and generating plays, which is what you lack to see at the quarterback position in the league so far. And that's what's going to win you games, is that extra effort. And he has that effort and toughness. Granted, they do have injuries. That Eagles defense showed against the Dallas team that they can get thrown on. And I think Mbuka is playing at a caliber right now, or a level, to where he can contend and he can definitely put in some work on that defense. And you're looking at they rush the ball better than the Eagles, and they stop the run better than the Eagles. All right, I think they're gonna slow down Barkley, and they're gonna force Hurts to play that style of game that he played last week against the Rams. But ultimately, I think back-to-back weeks of taking him out of his comfort zone, he will make that mistake this week against Tampa Bay. They'll make him suffer on that crucial throw that he just misses. I mean, clearly he's been. If they threw the ball more and they worked in that balanced passing offense a little bit more, between Brown and Smith, those guys can produce. Clearly, their numbers show it if they are given a chance to get the ball. But yeah, man, I got to be in a close game. I'm going with Tampa, man. Mayfield's going to get into that meditation zone, end of the game, and come out and win it from behind in the last 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah, no, looking at this game, it's going to be a very close game because, like Vic said, the Buccaneers defense is definitely better this season than the Eagles defense when it comes to stopping the run and containing the passes. But at the same time, we saw last week what Jalen Hurts can do if you force him to pass. And Saquon Barkley's due for another big game. Can it be against the Bucks? Who knows? But if it is against the Bucks, Saquon's due for another big game, like the first game, like week 1. And I do have this game being very close. And if the Buccaneers were healthy, like Pat said, if Godwin does play, that might change my outcome on this game because he has another receiver he can go to. But just going to Mbuka, I feel like that gives the Eagles defense a chance to double team him, which we haven't seen much from other teams this year because of Mike Evans being a threat downfield too for the Eagles or for the Buccaneers. And yeah, Baker has pulled off some amazing drives, but the first 3 weeks that we've seen from this Buccaneers team is that the games are being kept close, and it is coming down to that drive. So he's not really finding a way to work this offense out to get them to go up there and produce enough points to where they don't have to, where they can just run up the scoreboard. And we haven't really seen Tampa Bay run up the scoreboard this year much to have me completely be behind them this week. And in that favor, I do think this is going to be a close game. I do think this is going to be a 28-25 game in favor of the Eagles.
All right, we would have got this would have been game of the week if there was no injuries. This would have been a great game of the week for me. As we talked about offline before. But yeah, this should be an exciting one regardless. I still think it has potential to be game of the week even with it. I'm not going to count it as mine, but this should still be an action-packed game. All right, so move on to the next one here.